One of Lisa's hands was placed on the entrance to the cargo container as if it were in contact with something. Following the recent modification of each and every item, Tom reacted with a gloomy nod in response to the whisper. Resuming your journey. Let's hope it's for the better. More favorable. What they failed to comprehend was that a blue light was displayed on the vessel. The illumination emanating from the cylinder became increasingly bright, when new patterns began to emerge on its surface that had been fractured. Patterns that appear to be progressing, as if the rubbish were being written by the planet itself, weirdly enough. Immediately after seeing that a period of 6 months had subsequently, Tom and Lisa, along with the cylinder of the extraterrestrial, the journey back to Earth, where they labored in an ancient building, military bunker that is concealed 50 feet below the surface, both for those working within the government and for those outside of it. As they sat there, the atmosphere was filled with the buzzing activity of people, partaking in activities as a small group of individuals. Academicians and researchers were chosen with utmost care. It was the engineers who examined the expanding database. Once more, the technology that comes from another world is at it. Attempt to communicate with Mark Lisa's helper from a distance. All of the eyes in the room were fixed on the in question. It was the one that they had initially obtained, atop a somewhat elevated platform, surrounded by sensors that are insulated from the environment. This shows that the intensity of the blue light had decreased overall, due to the passage of time, and now peculiar patterns. There were designs that appeared to be overlaid on its surface, beginning to resemble Lisa's writing more and more closely. Traveled to take a peek at the most recent. It appears to be attempting to label things, either provide information or it is attempting to mimic its surroundings. According to Tom, he was formally assigned to the position, as a graduate of the military to their current position, known as Project Phoenix, although it was not officially named. When it came to Lisa's efforts, he played a significant role. At this point in time, the squad is comprised of 12 individuals on average, highly regarded for both their expertise and their position in the community. To obtain a fresh point of view, one of a kind, Jack Wilson is truly exceptional, putting an end to a career as a designer of video games. Even if it is not common, scientific foundation. The ability of Jack to discern patterns had been put on hold at this point, in front of a wall that was adorned with photographs of the numerous unearthly things that you are. In light of this mistake, he stated, "Tell us," Lisa groaned, "please." "One more time, Jack, we are working to resolve these issues. Like hardware in the sense that they are." He not even bothered to turn around to look at the people that were gathered. They better resemble programs. They are deficient in. Basically, they carry out the tasks that they have been instructed to do. Tom muttered uncomfortably that software needs hardware too. According to the remarks made by Jack, the hardware is the only thing he possesses, pointed out the presence of alien technology everywhere, a region that they would like to claim as their own. The aliens discarded them due to the fact that, felt that their teaching of Lisa did not meet their expectations. Given this some thought over the course of the past few months, after having amassed a significant amount of technology based on ET, with each device exhibiting indications of, whereas others went on their own throughout the adventure, changed appearance, a few of them appeared to respond to the language that is uttered. What you are actually saying is, restoring them is a waste of time, she said. As she suggested, we should make an effort to teach them in stages. Jack remarked, "Don't fix it," to which he enthusiastically nodded his head. "Talk to them, Lisa, once a fortnight has passed. Position themselves in front of a system that had just been installed. A total of 7 distinct UL compounds were placed in A. The first cylinder should be connected to the circle in the diagram. It was possible to connect each component in the center to A. Just a straightforward computer system that, yes and no are examples of easy on-off questions that can be sent. Tom, are you a brilliant person or crazy?" Placing oneself next to her, Lisa responded to inventions by saying that. With a sly grin on his face, Jack sat at a control table, at the same time as he swiftly moves his fingers across the panel. "In the event that you are Lisa, have the keyboard ready." I proceeded to continue by nodding and driving home a routine. After turning on the computers, they started sending out the messages. Notifies the extraterrestrial being. In the beginning, technology had a relatively minor impact. In the future, the blue light that emanated from as the lights on the cylinder begin to illuminate in a sequential manner. In addition, things started to sparkle. In conversation with one another, Lisa stated, "The amount of light in the room changed as, all of a sudden, the power on their systems began to flow everywhere, while data came in from the screens that were all around them. Quantities of energy and levels of radiation, currents of electricity, the functioning of it,